sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be diving into something pretty interesting today.
Yeah.
Could be a real game changer, especially for those of you listening who are in your 60s and looking to really supercharge those retirement savings.
Absolutely.
There's this new provision that we're going to be talking about called Super Catch-Up for 401ks.
Yes.
It's part of the Secure Act 2.0, and it's set to kick in, come 2025, so not too far away.
Yeah.
We're pulling our insights from a Fox Business article that just dropped on January 10th this year.
Okay.
So it's fresh off the presses.
Very relevant.
And
and it's not just some small tweak. This could really shake things up in the best way possible as you get closer to retirement.
For sure. So, all right. So we've all heard about catch-up contributions, right?
Right.
That extra boost you can give your 401k savings once you hit 50.
Exactly.
Well, this new Super Catch-Up takes that concept and, supercharges it.
It really is like stepping on the gas pedal in those crucial years before retirement.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Yeah.
Right now in 2024, you can put in an extra $7,500 on top of the regular $22,500 contribution limit.
Got it.
But starting in 2025, if you're between 60 and 63, this Super Catch-Up kicks in, and you can potentially contribute even more.
We're talking the greater of $10,000 or 150% of that regular catch-up limit. Wow. And just to add another layer of excitement, that $10,000 figure, it's indexed to inflation.
Oh, wow.
So it could actually grow even larger in the future.
Okay, so hold on. Let's do the math here.
Okay.
If the regular catch-up limit stays at $7,500, we're talking a potential super catch-up of $11,250.
That's right.
That's a lot. I'm already feeling a little less stressed about retirement, even though it's years away.
Well, and I think what's really fascinating here is that this new rule seems to acknowledge the very real financial pressures so many people face in their early 60s.
Yeah.
You're often at the peak of your earning potential, but retirement is looming.
Right.
And maybe those savings aren't quite where you'd hope they'd be.
Yeah, I can see how that could cause some serious anxiety.
Yes.
It's like a race against time to make up for lost time.
Exactly. And the Super Catch-Up could be a real game changer in that scenario.
Yeah.
Not only does it provide a chance to significantly boost those savings,
You're right.
but it also could offer a much-needed sense of control and peace of mind.
Absolutely. And peace of mind is priceless.
It really is.
Okay, but let's get practical for a moment.
Okay.
The article had some great tips on actually making the most of this opportunity.
Right.
What really stood out to you?
Well, I think the emphasis on professional financial guidance is key.
Okay.
This isn't a DIY project.
Uh-huh.
A financial advisor can help you create a personalized strategy. Figure out how much you can realistically contribute without jeopardizing other goals.
Sure.
And navigate those tricky tax implications.
Right, because there's that whole traditional versus Roth 401k question, which can really impact how much you actually benefit from those contributions.
For sure.
It's not just about stuffing as much money in there as possible, right?
Absolutely. It's about understanding the nuances, finding that sweet spot that aligns with your individual financial picture.
Right.
And while a financial advisor is invaluable in this process, the article also highlights some simple steps you can take on your own right now, like reviewing your budget and seeing where you might be able to free up some extra cash flow.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can find when you start really looking at those recurring expenses.
Right.
You might be surprised how much you can redirect towards those super catch-up contributions.
Exactly.
And speaking of staying informed, the article even mentions a specific resource, Exit Wealth.
Okay.
For those who might be looking for guidance. Always good to have options, right?
Definitely. And I think the most important takeaway here is that knowledge is power. The more you understand about these new rules and how they can work for you, the better equipped you'll be to make those informed decisions for your future.
100%. I think that's a great place to wrap up this first part of our deep dive.
Agree.
So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
We spend our lives hearing about retirement planning.
Right.
But then when we're finally in a position to really ramp up those savings, sometimes life has other plans, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, it never seems to work out perfectly.
Right.
And what's interesting here is that this new provision seems to recognize that.
I think so.
It's almost like they're saying, hey, we get that life throws curveballs.
Yeah.
And maybe you couldn't prioritize retirement savings as much in your 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
but now's your chance to make a serious push.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a second chance almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing
Sure.
you've done everything you can to secure your financial future.
Absolutely.
It's like this weight lifted off your shoulders, allowing you to truly embrace those golden years.
I think that psychological aspect is often overlooked.
Yeah.
It's not just about the numbers. It's about that sense of security, that freedom to enjoy retirement
Right.
without constantly worrying about money.
Right. So true. Okay, but let's play devil's advocate for a moment.
Okay.
Are there any potential downsides to this super catch-up?
That's a really good question.
Like, what if someone goes all in on these contributions, but then ends up needing that money for an unexpected expense?
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
While the Super Catch-Up offers a fantastic opportunity, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Okay.
There are definitely some potential drawbacks to consider.
What kind of drawbacks are we talking about?
Well, for starters, as you mentioned, locking up a large chunk of money in a 401k could limit your financial flexibility in the short term. What if you need to access those funds for an emergency or a major purchase before retirement?
So it's like a trade-off, right?
Exactly.
Boosting your retirement savings now could potentially come at the cost of having less liquid assets available in the present.
Exactly. And that's why seeking professional guidance is so crucial.
Okay.
A financial advisor can help you assess your individual circumstances, risk tolerance, and overall financial goals to determine the most appropriate contribution strategy.
Makes sense. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak.
Right. And another potential downside to consider is the impact on your taxes.
Oh, right.
Taxes, yeah. Remember, traditional 401k contributions are tax deferred.
Okay.
So you'll eventually have to pay taxes on that money when you withdraw it in retirement.
Which means that if you're in a higher tax bracket in retirement,
Yeah.
you could end up paying more in taxes than you anticipated.
That's a possibility. And it highlights why it's so important to understand the difference between traditional and Roth 401ks. With a Roth, you pay taxes on your contributions up front,
Okay.
but withdrawals in retirement are tax-free.
So it really comes down to your individual tax situation.
Exactly.
And when you expect to be in a higher or lower tax bracket?
It's a complex calculation. And again, this is where a financial advisor can be incredibly helpful
Yeah.
in guiding you toward the best decision for your unique circumstances.
For sure. All right. So we've talked about the potential benefits and drawbacks of this super catch-up provision.
We have.
Is there anything else we should keep in mind as we're evaluating this opportunity?
I think it's important to remember that this is just one piece of the retirement planning puzzle.
Okay. What do you mean?
Well, I mean that while the Super Catch-Up can be a powerful tool for boosting your savings,
Yeah.
it shouldn't overshadow other important aspects of financial planning, like managing debt,
Okay.
diversifying your investments,
Right.
and creating a comprehensive retirement budget.
Right. It's like that saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Retirement planning is a holistic endeavor.
Yeah.
It's about creating a well-rounded financial plan that addresses all of your needs and goals,
Yes.
not just focusing on one specific strategy or provision.
You know, it really feels like we're starting to see
Yeah.
a shift in how we view retirement, wouldn't you say?
I think so.
It's not just about hitting a certain age
Right,
and
it's-
clocking out anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely more nuanced now.
Yeah.
This Super Catch-Up provision seems to reflect that evolving mindset.
Yeah.
It acknowledges that people are working longer, perhaps pursuing new passions, and generally redefining what those so-called golden years look like.
It's like they're saying, hey, we get that your financial needs and goals might change along the way, and we want to give you the flexibility to adapt.
Exactly. And that brings us to a final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
For you, our listener,
Okay.
now that you're armed with this knowledge about the Super Catch-Up,
Yeah.
how might you adjust your retirement plan to take advantage of this opportunity in the next few years?
I love that question. It's a great reminder that this isn't just theoretical.
Right.
There are real, tangible steps you can take right now
Yes.
to potentially impact your future.
It all starts with being proactive.
Uh-huh.
Review your budget, talk to a financial advisor, explore those traditional versus Roth options.
Yeah.
The key is to personalize this information
Right.
and make it work for you.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
Thanks for breaking it all down
Sure.
and making sense of these new rules.
My pleasure.
And to our listener, we hope you've gained some valuable insights
Yes,
and feel empowered to take control of your retirement planning.
absolutely.
Until next time, happy saving.
a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.